Hello, Virgo. Welcome to your weekly reading for October 19th through 25th. We're going to open up the energy of the reading today with the Rhino Spirit, and it says, overcome any obstacle. I like that, the Rhino Spirit. We're just going to charge, right? We're just going to rush forward and we're going to break it down. We're not going to ask questions. We're just going to do it, yeah? Let's consult some tarot cards and find out what's going on for you this week. The Eight of Pentacles, yeah. The King of Pentacles, very strong, consistent, routine, builder kind of energy. We've got a Four of Wands, a Three of Wands, a Two of Wands. Look at that, 2, 3, 4. Is this going to be the Ace? The Devil card. See, the Devil card to me is exactly what we need. The Devil and the Rhino, the Goat and the Rhino, pretty similar. Because that Devil card, you know, while it is kind of a scary image, right? The Devil card is a really good card. Every card has light and shadow, of course. And I feel like the Devil card here is motivation. The Devil card here is like just, an unstoppable perseverance. It is the Rhino Spirit, right? We're going to overcome any obstacle. I'm getting to the top of that mountain. And I don't care what anybody says. I'm going to do it alone if I have to, you know? That's the Devil energy. Yeah, that's the motivation. That's the engine of the car. Page of Pentacles. The Hermit, your superpower card. Well, that's another very good omen as well, right? We have a Page of Wands. And the Empress. Nice. Because this is what's on the other side of the obstacle for you. Okay, this is really, it's saying like, look, you got to be the devil right now. You got to be ruthless in some sense, you know, with whatever this obstacle is, whatever you're trying to do in life. But then it's kind of like once you're done, you turn it off and you're the Empress, you know. And so I really feel like this is really like go harder, go faster, push, push, push. Get the blinders going, get the laser focus and just push through, like just charge, right? Rhino Spirit all the way. Let's select the mystery card, bonus card, confirmation card. This is a random card from the Smith-Waite Tarot. This is the factor infinite and unknown. We're going to set it down over here with our little Tibetan prayer wheel right there on top. We're not going to look at that card until the very end. It will tie everything together and it will give us the confirmation that we need at the end of the reading. If at any moment during this message you feel like you might know what that card is, put your prediction in the comments down below, right down there. Now, as we look here around the room, we do see major, major, major. The Hermit, getting that devil energy to get that Empress life. Okay, so this is really like, I don't know, I feel like there's a perseverance, there's an ambition. It doesn't matter what you're doing. It could be at work, at home, at school. It could be spiritual practice. It could be your exercise routine. It doesn't matter. What matters is that you are achieving your goals. I think this is really good. The door's opening, and I feel like you're breaking the door down. Okay, you're like, you're not just knocking lightly and waiting. No, you're pounding on the door. You are like, you're putting your shoulder into it, you know? I like that. We've got fire, 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 fire. No water. Okay, I think the Empress is water. To me, the Empress card is a combination of the Ten of Pentacles and the Ten of Cups together. Empress energy. Because that's saying that, like, we've got physically, we're in the place we want to be, and it feels the way we wanted it to feel. And so to me, it feels like the right environment and the right people, places, thing. You got your pets, your plants, your people. It feels right. It's the dream come true. It's nurturing and nourishing. It really is the best. Okay, it's your best life. The Empress is Big Rock Candy Mountain. It's the Emerald City. It is paradise. And I feel like that door is opening. This is the best news ever. It really is. So all the water's here. This is where you're headed. The other thing we don't have is, well, the air energy, right? No swords cards, because we're not thinking about it. We're just doing it. And this is kind of like, this is really like to me, it feels just like a rhino, where a rhino just starts charging, and it's not like it has some kind of rational thought process that says, well, maybe I shouldn't charge the obstacle right now. Maybe I shouldn't just stampede my way forward to that Empress life. So there's no doubt, there's no second guessing, there's no thought process here. It's just saying go, and just, be a battering ram right now and just open up that door. Okay. So, so no water, no air. All we have is fire. And we've got earth and earth and earth. And even the Empress is Mother Earth, and the Hermit, Virgo, you're an earth sign. We've got fire and earth. That's it. And to me, that's rhino spirit all the way. That we're overcoming any obstacle. And I think we're doing it with sheer, perseverance. It's just and maybe it's part of the Eight of Pentacles too. It's just that you just have never given up. That you've had such a dedication to this work or to your craft or to whatever this is. It's the dedication that's really being emphasized. Okay, and it just could be that you've been pounding on that door for so long that the hinges the screws are coming out. It's just getting loose until it's just going to fall down. It's that persistence, and the King of Pentacles too, that's the builder. The King of Pentacles is the one that shows up every day. These two cards really go well together. And so I think that this is, dedication. I think that, you've been improving something over time because of your practice. You've been building steadily some sort of skill or some sort of business, or I don't know, whatever it might be for you. Your hard work and your focus is bringing you to that Empress life. Okay? And that's it. Hard work and focus and discipline. Taking pride in your daily efforts, because you know that they're opening up that door to greater success. The Empress is all the success that you could ever ask for. Your discipline and your patience as the foundations of that of growth, right? The Empress is it's an organic growing thing. It's not one object that you're getting as a prize. It's the life that you're creating. It's a living, breathing thing, a living, breathing reality. And you've been building it step by step, day by day. Yeah. I feel like that's a theme song for a TV show, isn't it? Anyway, this is a card of routine. This is the card of patience and deliberate refinement of something over and over and over again. I'm going to keep doing it until it works. I'm going to keep doing it until the door opens, and it's persistence. Okay. And it may have something to do with your finances. It may have something to do with a skill or something that you've been learning and working on, developing. It could be a project. It could be an art piece or some kind of I don't know, I almost think maybe you've been trying to build the website or design a product or something, and this is you've had to go through several iterations of it, right? Whatever you've been doing, it's not just do it one time and that's it, it's going to work. It's okay, how many different versions of it have we gone through? But you kept doing it. That's the point here, is that you've never given up. And I think it's paying off. I think that tenacity, to me, it's a stubbornness, right? And the King of Pentacles is a Taurus energy. So you kind of have a little bit of that Taurus stubbornness about you, yeah? This is prosperity. That your discipline and your craftsmanship and your pride and your diligence and all that stuff has created for you prosperity. Okay? This is a good week for you to kind of lead the charge and motivate your people. If you have a team around you, you're leading those people. You're building something here. This is the builder. Your stubbornness, your tenacity, your endurance, and, that sort of, that persistence, that constancy is building something very secure for you and whoever depends on you. Success is coming from your responsibility, careful planning, strong leadership. This is a true mastery of the material world that's steady and grounded and wise. Yeah, absolutely perfect. So for some of you, this is definitely going to be like money, finances, business. This week across the board, a good week for business and money and finances. A good week for, building something in the physical world. It's going to be very successful. I'm super duper impressed by your energy right now. This is somebody that shows up every day. This is somebody that, regardless of what's going on, I put my boots on and I'm going in. And I'm doing the work. It doesn't matter how many times I have to get up and do it. It's like we've lost count of the days, But that devil energy is just like an obsession. It's a hyperfixation. It is a laser focus, And it may be that this is some project or some business thing that has really taken up all of your time, effort, energy, money, and space. And you're continuing to get up and do it. I like that we have this fire energy here, because the fire energy feels like it's momentum. This is the speed. In the cartoons, how someone had the cartoon characters, they would rev up, they'd move their feet really fast, and then they'd go, they'd build up the speed. I always thought that was so funny. I kind of feel like that's what this fire energy is for you. This is all the momentum that's been building up for you. And I think you're just about to reach some sort of a finish line. The Four of Wands down here is a milestone or a celebration. This is joy and harmony. There is a completion of a task. This is like you've broken the door down, and this is you entering into your new life. This is you arriving at Big Rock Candy Mountain and being welcomed with open arms. And it's kind of like saying, I thought you'd never get here, This is maybe something to do with home and family for some of you. This is perhaps recognition, for a job well done. This is you feeling very, very good about completing this work or this task or this phase of the project or this particular piece of art that you've created or that you got done with the album. You finished the book, something like that. It's a real milestone celebration. And it may be really saying that, look, this is the final push before you get to rest. And resting, look at the Empress. I mean, that is just real pleasure. That is real satisfaction. And that's really true rest. Okay? So the Four of Wands is wonderful. Because it is that, it is that comfort. You're arriving at that place. Something is being completed here. Okay? You are arriving at a particular place of stability. Okay, so you're finishing a project or you're completing the task, and this is really good. The Three of Wands here is also very important too, because this is like the effort that you've been putting into your work, and I think that you're now going to see those results. Okay. The Three of Wands is a card of expansion and growth. It's progress that is steady and visible, which of course leads us right into our earth energies there, okay? So this was your patience. This was you continuing to move forward, that you're able to stand up on the plateau and look out over your work and know that it's working. I can see it's coming together. This is confidence in your vision. And it's allowing you, it has allowed you to push forward. This is the fire behind you that's been kind of, pushing things this way. I feel like all three of these fire cards feels like momentum sweeping things forward right up into that Empress land. Okay. This is the card of anticipation as well, kind of knowing that if I put in my best effort, I'm going to get my best life. Yeah, so I feel like you have a really big vision for your life. And I feel that what you've already set in motion is coming to fruition very, very soon. I feel like this is the week where you feel the doors open and you realize that you're coming toward the finish line here. And that's kind of what it feels like. It feels like, you have people cheering you on and you're about to cross the finish line here, about to cross that threshold. What you've set in motion is coming back to you. I feel like you've been patient, you've been diligent, and you've kept moving forward no matter what. Okay? The Two of Wands. It might be a good week to really plan the future even beyond this particular obstacle that you're overcoming. Okay? This is the card of, seeing the bigger picture, looking beyond, looking what's at the other side of this obstacle even. Okay? So I feel like this is you really, like you've taken a risk. You've done the bold thing, and you went after the biggest goal that you could conjure. Okay. I think that you're setting very big goals, very clear goals, even if the path wasn't always clear. It may, some of you even right now may kind of be at a crossroads. There may be a decision here where it's either like, I turn back, or I keep pushing, I keep charging at this obstacle. Okay? Spirit's saying, do not turn back. Believe in your vision. Have the vision of the future, and know that Empress energy. Visualize it. And continue pushing against that obstacle, because it's going to give way. This is the week where that door is forced open. Okay. Your future is a lot more prosperous than maybe you realize. Okay. So make the choice to continue. It would be easy to walk away. It would be very easy to walk away. But I don't feel that you're going to. But that's what the Two of Wands may be giving you, that option right now. You may be at that point where you're kind of thinking it would be easy to walk away right now. It would be hard to continue with that rhino spirit pushing against the obstacle. You have to believe in that vision. Anyway, we'll talk about the Devil card. The Devil card is the engine of the car. A lot of the time this card is about our attachments and what's been taking our energy, what we've been giving our energy to. Okay? This is a card that kind of highlights our attachments, highlights our habits, and yeah, I think that's exactly right. Keep doing what you've been doing. The Page of Wands is in the position of what you don't want. Don't start fooling around now and thinking that doing something else will be better, or something else might work. No, it's like just keep hammering away at what you've been doing. That's the Devil card. It's habit. It is control. It is, you've chained yourself to a particular method. That's the method. There's a reason why you've locked in on doing things a particular way. Now you are refining the way, and it's getting better with every iteration. Okay? No radical changes right now. I feel like no experimentation, no impulsive kind of changes or impulsive moves. Stay focused and stay fixed on what you're doing now. And yeah, this is a card that's, kind of usually asks us, where are you putting all your energy and why? What's your motivation, Well, this is our driving force. What drives you to do the things that you do? And sometimes it's bad. Sometimes it's really a devil, Sometimes we're driven by the wrong impulses, and that's why we have the behaviors that we have. But in your context, the behaviors are the right behaviors. And you're motivated by the right reasons. You're trying to create your best life. So this is that motivation card. The engine of the car doesn't really care where the car's going. That's up to the driver. The Devil card is that driving force. The Devil card is the engine. It could be good or evil. Depends on how you use it. Depends on who's driving, right? And so since you have your hermit energy, you're the one driving the car. So you're able to take this devil where it needs to go. So a good week for you to remember why you're pushing so hard for something in your life. And a very good week to continue doing that. to stay motivated and stay fixed in what you're doing. Okay. And the devil card might also be saying that there are a lot of temptations this week. You might be tempted, the devil might be on your shoulder saying, go do something easier. Kind of whispering in your ear, this is too hard. Go do something fun. You know, go have some ice creams. You know, forget about all the hard work. It's too much. And I feel like that part of the devil energy needs to be resisted. Because we're always going to have that, especially when things maybe felt like they've been delayed, things have been going a little bit slower. We've been, we've been slamming our shoulder into the same door for a long time. The devil might be saying, just go give up. Just go do something better. Go do something easier, you know. And I feel like that's something that needs to be resisted, right? Because we have to know why we're doing what we're doing. What is the driving force? I feel like a lot of you are trying to create something not just for you, but for everybody in your life. You're alleviating suffering for yourself and your loved ones. You're improving the quality of life for yourself and your loved ones. The devil card is all about the drives, human drives, right? The creative drive. What you're trying to create, the generative drive, what you're trying to produce, what you're trying to generate. It's something outside of you, trying to leave your mark on the world or something, right? And of course, there's the pleasure drive and there's the sovereign drive as well. It feels good to just be creating something. It feels good to know that our efforts are actually having some sort of impact on physical reality. Okay, that just makes us feel alive, makes us feel like, okay, I'm actually here. I'm not just an apparition. You know, that I can actually do something with physical reality. And that's the pleasure drive and the sovereign drive. And so it really helps that you know why you're doing what you're doing and that you allow yourself to feel the good feelings. It's okay to feel powerful right now, you know, because that's going to help you to keep going. It's okay to take pleasure in, in succeeding, to take pleasure in what you're producing, what you're accomplishing, and that's part of our Four of Wands too, celebrating the win. You know, realizing that we're coming to the end of a project or we're completing some kind of a chapter, you know, and to feel good about that. So I feel like celebration is really on its way into you. I feel the obstacle is being overcome. Now, we have a Page of Pentacles too, which is a curiosity about new things, learning new things. Maybe it's work, maybe it's money. It could be that there's a new path of study. I kind of feel like when we get over this obstacle, when we bust through the door, this is like we're kind of looking at this, what's on the other side of the door, and we're thinking, wow, there are a lot of opportunities here. You know, this place looks a lot different than on the other side of that door, okay? I feel like this is an eagerness to kind of learn and to grow and to keep going. Once that obstacle comes down, it feels like all this fire energy is just going to continue to push you forward. Okay, this is an eagerness to do more of that, to start more businesses, to produce more of whatever you're doing, to continue to make more progress, especially if we feel that we've been stuck. If we've been stuck behind this door, this obstacle, when we finally break past it, all that energy is going to come rushing through, okay? So there's a lot of growth, there's a lot of potential, and I feel like there's going to be a lot of movement, a lot of rapid progress being made. And for a lot of you, this is definitely the financial stuff, okay? And this is really an eagerness and a curiosity, and I think a lot of exploration for new, I don't know, like new pathways, new like side hustles or something, or like new projects to do, that sort of thing. Now we got to talk about your Hermit card, because I think the Hermit is really, the Hermit's been making a lot of sacrifices for this path. And it may be that you've been on this journey for a long time to where you feel like, you know, some of the people that you started out with have abandoned you. you know? That it's kind of like you just kind of feel it's you out here. But you're being guided by something else. You're being guided by your inner light, being guided by spirit. And so it doesn't matter if you're actually alone, or if you kind of just feel like, you know, this is your fight to fight. There is the implication that that you're trusting something, that you've gone off trail, that you've gone your own way in life. And I think that it's kind of like you're about to be proven right. This is, again, your superpower card. This is you. And this is you doing things your own way. Yeah. And it may be a good week to acknowledge that, to kind of like, I don't know, to celebrate yourself a little bit, to acknowledge that you took a risk going in a direction that was like, I don't know, like against the grain, you know? I think that you've always sought wisdom from your inner voice, not wisdom from the crowd. I think that this is you kind of putting the blinders on, putting the cloak of invisibility on, and just saying, I'm eliminating distractions. I'm not going to listen to the naysayers or the haters. I'm going to follow what I believe to be true. I'm going to follow my perspective. You know, I feel like you've listened to that inner voice, and it's been steering you in this direction. There's not a single sword in the reading. So I feel like you're not doubting yourself at all. Like, you know that this is going to work. You know that this is right. It's just a matter of like time and persistence. Yeah. And, you know, it may be that a lot of you have like lost friends along the way, or have kind of felt alone, or felt as if there's not as much support out there as you would have liked. But I feel like you're supporting yourself. I feel like Spirit is supporting you, you know. And I feel that this is now, you know, when you're off trail, and, you know, basically that's life, though. There is no path in life. You're creating it with every step. And I think every day, every moment is a little bit of progress on that path. I feel like you've been leading yourself by that inner light. And you've been following this kind of yellow brick road. And there have been challenges, there have been obstacles. Your persistence and your motivation and your belief and your vision are seeing you through. And this is absolutely extraordinary. Okay? I think that this is the week where you really get confirmation that it's working. I think that whatever obstacle you're facing now, I think is giving way and is allowing you through. The Page of Wands, I feel like, is the card that we've got to be careful with, because this might be like that kind of impulse to start doing something different. Okay? This might be a little too impulsive, too curious right now, that might be taking energy into other directions, where what we need to do is focus it on the obstacle, focus on the work that's right in front of you. Because this is like we're getting excited, we might have a lot of different ideas, we might have this impulse to try something new. And I don't know that that's really what you need to do right now, because this is the one card that like is not consistent with the other cards. Even the fire energy here, the 2, 3, and 4 of Wands, is saying, look, things are happening in the sequential order. Things are happening as they should. It's 2, 3, 4. It's this idea of staying true to your vision, staying true to your path. It's an energy of refining what you've been doing, yeah, and, you know, going through new versions of it. But it's a persistence, it's a consistency, it's a dedication, and it's a routine, really. And then you have this kind of oddball card that says, I'm curious, I have other inspirations, I want to go try something new, I want to experiment with new projects and all this kind of stuff. And it may be that, no, it's like that, we got to resist that. It could be the devil saying, hey, there's another project out there that's easier for you. Or there's another pathway that might be the way might be more clear, you know. But no, the rhino is saying, I'm going to get over that obstacle no matter what happens. That's the obstacle that I have to overcome. The Page of Wands might be like, maybe there's a different road where there wouldn't be an obstacle. I think once we start doing that, we're truly lost. Because we're one step away from getting to the Empress, but if we turn away now thinking a different pathway would be easier, then we're walking away from the Empress. We're going, oh, maybe over here is where I want to go. And now look how far away we are. So I think if we can get over this temptation to dabble in other things or to experiment or to let our curiosity get the best of us, right? Don't try anything new right now. Continue refining what you've been doing. And so there's a difference between the Page of Wands and the Eight of Pentacles. This is patience, persistence. This is consistency. But it's also refinement. It's no impulsive, radical changes. It's not saying I'm just going to drop this work and go do something else. Okay? Because we're almost there. I think this reading, let's do one manifestation oracle card. I feel like this reading is really very, very clear in its message. Keep doing what you're doing, and the success will be there very, very soon. Doesn't matter what this is, if this is at work, at home, at school, if this is your career, your business, your creativity, if this is your spiritual practice. It's saying, stay consistent. The obstacle that's in front of you is breaking apart, and you're going to get to the goal, whatever the goal is. Okay? Let me know, if you want to, in the comments, what this is for you. Let's do one manifestation oracle card. Here we have Seeing the Beauty. Complex patterns align to create great beauty when you see clearly. Visualize the divine plan. In other words, keep this image in your mind. This is what you're trying to create. This is a life of growth, a life of creativity. This is a nurturing energy. This is about, you're getting satisfaction, you're getting what you need, and the people around you are getting what they need. It's a very prosperous, very abundant, it is a harvest. Okay? This is where all of your projects, your relationships, your daily tasks are experiencing the flow. Okay? This is you surrounded with beauty that is restoring your balance, that's inspiring you, healing you. This is you spending time in nature. This is you feeling grounded and replenished. This is even a gratitude for all the abundance that's around you. Blessings, the multiplication of blessings. This is the card that says you're getting out of this more than what you put into it. All this fire is your investment of time, effort, energy, money, and space. The fire and the earth, really. And the King of Pentacles, the investor, knowing that what I'm putting into this, I'm going to get out the builder. It's the one I'm going to build this, and I'm putting a lot of effort into building something, but once it's done, that's when I get a return on my investment. The return on your investment is going to be way bigger than what you put into it, It's a huge return. This is a harvest, real harvest. It's awesome. Let's look at the mystery card. I'm so impressed. And, it's a testament to your spirit that you are not abandoning this work, this path, this life, the goal, the dream, the hope, the wish, the aspiration, the project, whatever it is for you. And I would like you to let me know. I'm very curious what you're working on. Whether this is like, overall this is just life, or if this is a specific, job or career or a project that you're working on. I'm not sure how general or how specific it is, but mystery card, what? What is it going to be? Water energy, probably, right? Yeah, probably some water. Let's see. Yeah, it is water. And it's a 5 of Cups, too, which is kind of ironic, right? Because, first of all, it was water, right? And that's good. It means that the emotions are flowing. This doesn't, mean negative emotions, really. This really means, like, there's both. There's ups and downs. I think, first of all, it's saying that the road you've been on has been a roller coaster. I feel like it's been up and down and up and down and up and down. Finally, now that you're getting to a type of finish line or a type of conclusion, now you can feel your feelings. Now you can break down and cry, and feel all the feelings that you've been trying to, like, block out as you stay focused, right? The devil was kind of just saying, like, I don't care what happens, I got to keep going. When you finally hit the finish line, that's when you can, like, fall down, you can break down, you can just say, ouch, that sucked, So this is now the moment where all those feelings can flow. It seems like it's going to be a very cathartic moment. And so I feel like, all the ups and downs of the journey, you haven't really allowed yourself to feel all the feelings, all the emotions of this journey. You kind of saved them up for the end. So this is going to be that moment where it's going to be tears of joy. It's going to be tears of, like, pain and, like, I finally get to rest, and, like, it's going to be a whole range of emotions. All right. And I think that it's going to be an awareness of everything that the hermit has had to sacrifice and give up for the sake of this journey. Like I said, maybe you lost friends, maybe, you had to say no to some of the other enjoyments or indulgences of life to stay focused on your goal. And this is now the recognition of that, the recognition of all the sacrifices that you've had to make. And then it's kind of like you're acknowledging those, you're paying your respects to what you've had to endure. And then you're claiming the love. You're claiming that 2 of Cups that's right behind you. To me, this feels like it's a very good card in this context. Now, it is a card of disappointment. It's a card that says something should be here and it's not. And now I'm sad. And this could be what you're literally dealing with this week, is that feeling like what I'm trying to do isn't working. That Devil card is saying, like, basically, suck it up. Okay? Don't let these feelings of disappointment knock you off course right now, because this is just maybe just a bad day, or this is like, you're feeling a little bit demotivated. Spirit's saying stay in that rhino spirit, and that rhino is just charging forward. Don't let any negative emotions right now knock you off balance. Okay, because you're about to get the win, and the Empress is going to heal all of your disappointments anyway, and then some. So if you're feeling a little bit demotivated this week, just please do me a favor and keep going, because you're going to see that this is just one of the ups and downs. Okay, and you're about to cross that threshold. Yeah. Now click on the link that's a join button right down there so you can watch the extended reading. We're going to do an I Ching hexagram, oracle cards. We'll clarify money and we'll clarify love. We'll spin the yes/no coin. Virgo, I thank you, I love you, and we are all in this together.